So there is a very, very important inequality which is called the triangle inequality for complex numbers. It's a very simple idea. You know that for a regular triangle, suppose I had a triangle like that and I had three sides to a triangle. Obviously every triangle has three sides. So suppose I call this A and that B, this is C. You know that A plus B must be greater than C, right? So A plus B is greater than C if it was a genuine triangle. So can it be equal? When can it be equal? When actually this point actually lands up on this line. So if I had A and I had B and then this was C, so this is C, this is A, that's B, then A plus B equals C, right? So that means if A plus B is equal to C, what can you say? There is no triangle, that's actually just a straight line. Now in complex numbers, this becomes very useful because a complex number we know now can be written in this form, Z1, with this as the origin, right? And you have a second complex number Z2, but in terms of addition, I could do many things. I can just take this Z2 here and I can place it there. That would be Z2. And then if I try this out, look at what is going to happen. What is this? Z1 plus Z2. Now this is a triangle. So this length, not the complex number Z1 plus Z2. When you're doing Z1 plus Z2, remember that is giving you the arrow. This arrow plus that arrow gives you this arrow. But this length plus that length does not give you this length that you already know. In fact, this length plus that length is bigger than this length. So what we know is that Z1 plus Z2's length, not the complex number, the length of Z1 plus Z2 must be less than or equal to length of Z1 plus length of Z2. But lengths are usually written as modulus. So modulus of Z1 plus Z2 is less than modulus of Z1 plus modulus of Z2. I hope that is clear to everybody, right? Now let us think a little bit more carefully. This is not over. Okay. This tells you something interesting. Z1 plus Z2 is equal to Z1 plus Z2 clearly, but its modulus is less than or equal to Z1 modulus plus Z2 modulus. Okay. Now I can reverse this in a slightly different way. I can say Z1 plus Z2 modulus plus Z2 modulus, that is this length plus that length, must be bigger than that length. So what does that tell us? Modulus of Z1 plus Z2 plus modulus of Z2 is bigger than or equal to modulus of Z1. You don't have to say A plus B is bigger than C. You can say B plus C must be bigger than A. A plus C must be bigger than B. You can choose anything, any option. So I can say this, which means modulus of Z1 plus Z2 must be bigger than modulus of Z1 minus modulus of Z2. I can also say modulus of Z1 plus modulus of Z2 and plus modulus of Z1 is bigger than Z2. So that means this must be bigger than modulus of Z2 minus modulus of Z1. If you compare these two, one is the negative of the other. So whichever is the positive one, it is bigger than the positive one. So I can say this is bigger than the difference of the two modulus. The bigger one minus the smaller one. So I can write it as modulus of Z1 minus modulus of Z2 or modulus of Z2 minus modulus of Z1. So this is generally true, but I can also put an absolute value on top because it's bigger than the positive value. Does it mean that it is not bigger than just this? Yes, it is. But it's also bigger than the bigger of the two. Because one of them is negative, one of them is positive clearly. So you can choose that. Okay. And when will this equality happen? When will it, right now I'll leave out the modulus part here so you can focus on the actual content. You see that this statement is also the same statement as that. Same triangle inequality. It's a different statement with the same triangle inequality. Think about the idea. When will this become equal? Again, when it has to be a straight line. Okay. But then Z1 plus Z2 is equal to the difference of the two. So it cannot be that this point was lying here. Z1 minus Z2 must be Z1 plus Z2. So you will end up with Z1 looking like that, Z2 looking like this, and Z1 minus Z1 plus Z2 will basically look like this. So this is Z1 plus Z2 modulus, that is Z1 modulus, this is Z2 modulus. So when you subtract, you will end up with Z1 plus Z2 modulus is equal to Z1 modulus minus Z2 modulus. The equality will happen when again it's all basically a degenerate triangle. I mean, there's no triangle, it just simply becomes a line. Okay, so when you have equality on this side, it becomes a line, except Z1 and Z2 are pointing in the same direction. This is Z1 plus Z2. When this side the equality happens, then you are having Z1 this way and Z2 that way, and so Z1 plus Z2 happens to be this size. Is the idea clear? So think about the triangle inequality again, because it's a very important, useful idea. So I'm just going to repeat it a little bit here. So I want you to just focus for a little while. So let us think about this. Okay, so how do you understand this idea? Think of it like this. I have here Z1. Imagine, assume that Z2 is smaller than Z1. Now I can have Z2 in any direction I please. Right? So if Z2 was like that, then Z1 plus Z2 will be that long. If Z2 was like this, Z1 plus Z2 will be this long. Think of a circle that you draw here. Z2 can be like that, then this will be the length of Z1 plus Z2. If Z2 is like that, that will be the length of Z1 plus Z2. If Z2 is like this will be the length of Z1 plus Z2. This could be the length of Z1 plus Z2. But just imagine now, what is the biggest that Z1 plus Z2 can be? It can be this long. What is the smallest Z1 plus Z2 can be in terms of magnitude? This long. This is actually putting you limits. It's giving you limits between which Z1 plus Z2 can lie. Wait a minute. What about Z1 minus Z2? Don't we have an inequality for something like that, for Z1 minus Z2? Actually, it's not a big deal, because you can just replace Z2 by minus Z2. I can cheat. I can just say, instead of Z2, think of it as minus Z2, because modulus of Z2 and modulus of minus Z2 are the same. So I could have put a plus minus Z2, because then I can still continue to hold this. And then modulus of Z2 and modulus of minus Z2 is the same. I'll get the same answer. But if I didn't want to do that, I can rederive it. I don't need to. You can see it very clearly that if this was Z2, this is minus Z2. If this was Z2, there is a corresponding minus Z2 sitting there. So whatever was true for Z2 is also, because Z2 could be any of those directions, minus Z2 can be any of those directions, opposites, that's all. So therefore you can redo this just by saying Z1 plus or minus Z2. But if you think of Z1 here and Z2 there, what is Z1 minus Z2? Z1 minus Z2 means final minus initial. So this is your initial, that is your final. You're going from initial to final. Z1 minus Z2. Please keep that in mind. When you're adding, you have to basically Z1, the Z2, the tail of Z2 must come and land upon the head of Z1. When you're subtracting, always remember Z1 minus Z2. Think of this as final, think of that as initial. Final minus initial is an arrow going from initial to final. Well, the whole idea of initial is that you start there. So initial to final. See, Z2 plus Z1 minus Z2, Z2 will cancel, leaving you Z1, which is your end point. And when you're doing this, Z1 and Z2 start at the same point. Here Z1 and Z2 don't start. Actually Z2 was supposed to be there. I moved Z2 there. It's a parallel vector. It is obviously not a idea, because Z2 is also a point. This is Z2. That point is not Z2. This point is Z2. I am just taking the vector and moving it there. Okay. So what is Z1 minus Z2? It is this difference. And actually, if you want to find out where is the point Z1 minus Z2, you should take it down like that, because to find out where the complex number is, it has to all start at origin. It is like a position vector. You have to bring it to the origin, so that wherever it ends, that is the complex number. So Z1 minus Z2 is not that point, because that point is called Z1. Z1 minus Z2 is this point. But the vector Z1 minus Z2 is that vector. So there are two ideas here. There is a vector and there is also a point. The point is actually always has to start at the origin, whereas the vector can start anywhere. So I can think of an equivalent vector to Z2 and move it all over. I can even add it there. Then where am I ending? Well, I'm ending at Z1 plus Z2 plus Z2. So Z1 plus 2Z2. That's where I'm ending. So that would be the point which ends there. Okay. Anyway, let's come back. So this is the Z1 minus Z2. But you can then conclude that Z1 minus Z2 magnitude must be less than Z1 magnitude plus Z2 magnitude, triangle inequality. Correct? Because I can think of this as C and this as A and that as B. So C's length is less than A plus B. So Z1's length plus Z2's length is equal to is greater than Z1 minus Z2. I can also say B plus C, or I can say A plus C must be greater than B, or C must be greater than B minus A, which is magnitude of Z1 minus magnitude of Z2. I can do the same thing that I did instead of doing it for Z1 plus Z2. See, just imagine that there are these three things, 3 points, which actually tell you, or 3 lengths, 3 numbers, which actually give you lengths. And the lengths must satisfy the triangle inequality. So this is the triangle inequality. Okay, so you can do this for Z1 minus Z2, you can do this for Z1 plus Z2, and this is your statement. This side the equality happens with plus if Z1 and Z2 are pointing in the same direction. This side the equality happens with plus, without the minus, with the plus, if they are in the opposite direction. That side with a minus sign, the equality will happen under what condition? If I want a Z1 minus Z2, suppose I want Z1 minus Z2 to be equal to Z1 magnitude plus Z2 magnitude, what am I saying? First of all, whenever there is an equality, it has to be a straight line. Now this is Z1 plus Z2 must be this. That means the magnitude of Z1 plus Z2 must be, well, I don't know whether Z2 was that way or this way, but I know that Z1 minus Z2 is this long. So this must be Z1 minus Z2. It right now looks like Z1 plus Z2. So this must actually be minus Z2. So that this length is Z1 minus Z2. Okay, so what is the direction of Z2? This way. So when Z1 is this way and Z2 is that way, then Z1 minus Z2 will be as long as magnitude of Z1 plus magnitude of Z2. Is the idea clear? Everything comes out of this simple thing. So please do spend some time and understand the triangle inequality really, really well.